head, you can hook the hand, right? And you can, of course, you can stab vital points, the eyes, of course. And this is a very essential fighting tools for warriors. You can practice it. So it's fun to throw things and try to practice them. And slowly you go to smaller things. Then after flying things and stuff, it says that you need to practice about 300,000 times in order to catch flies in the air when they're really... Okay guys, so we got chopsticks, Japanese style. We got 2 pairs here for the demo, and one Chinese. You can see the difference is longer. And just a business card. Yeah, and then this is actually to sharpen a pencil, a pen, some toothpicks, eraser, used one, and what we're going to do, we're going to try to catch it with the chopsticks, and I show you how to fight with the chopsticks as well. So let's see how it goes. Hi guys, how you doing? Well, today I'm going to show you some chopsticks workout, and yeah, it's kind of funny, but you know, the Chinese chopsticks for eating actually can use for fighting as well. And of course also the Japanese one. The Japanese called hashi, because you see they are more narrow, and the Chinese one are actually usually longer. You see they're longer, and they're more squarish. That means they have more meat at the tip. You can see the width of the tip. The Japanese ones are more sharp, and that's one of the main difference. The Korean one, they use metal. In Japan and China, mainly they use wood, but the Chinese also use bamboo, of course, and also they use plastic as well, after the plastic revolution. But I prefer, actually I really like the Japanese one, so I have both, but I like to eat with the Japanese. It's more comfortable for me, and I like to pick the food more easy. And especially the small pieces easier to pick with the little one actually. So today I'm going to show you some hashijitsu. Hashijitsu means fighting with the chopsticks, or huaizishu, which means the art of the chopsticks. So in Japan and China, chopsticks are used for food, but also used for fighting. And there's a very famous story of Shaolin. It's called Jumin Catches Arrow, and in that story that it's a little boy who comes to Shaolin, and his master give him a pair of chopsticks and tell him from iron, and he tell him actually to start to catch flies. At the beginning he started with big bees and big insect, and slowly go to the flies, and later on actually this kid managed to catch arrow and save the whole army. So it's a nice story from the Shaolin mythology. So there is a book called Tales of the Shaolin Temple. I think this is the one, yeah, over here I have it. So it's a nice book. If you like you know, martial art books or history and stuff like that. So this is a nice fun book, and it have about I think, I don't know, maybe 20 to 30 stories. Really nice. It's about it's not a big book, but it's nice. It's in English. It's about 250 pages, and it was written by collected actually from country tales, by word of mouth, and folklore stories, and I think it's nice. I think in my opinion in particular, it's very important to read books. They really cultivate your mind and also enrich your understanding, and of course for history and for fun. And nowadays with the internet, many people, they don't read books anymore. So that's a shame. So I recommend to all of you, try to read books. When I started to do martial arts, there were no internet. The only thing I had was the VHS, and I used to go to a video store and rent those Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee movies and all those Kung Fu movies from the 70s and 80s and 90s, you know, from Shaw Brothers production and all that. And then I used to go to all those old bookstores, and I were looking to find some martial art books so I can learn more. And actually, I found it very useful, and it actually helped me a lot. even in Japan and China when I came. He helped me to enter places that normal people don't enter. He helped me to be accepted as a student to teachers that normally wouldn't take me, especially as a gaijin in Japan, a foreigner, or in China even. And those stories about how to train, how to behave, and all that gives me a lot of perspective of how to endure my training and how to reach a higher level, and how to even how to live better in this life. And I think it's very essential for any martial artist who wants to develop himself. So I recommend you to do that. And now let's go to the action. I'll show you how I catch all kind of object and how I train on it. And the second thing is that I will show you some few techniques how you can actually fight with Hashijutsu, and yeah, you can use it. I know most of you don't use it, except if you go to a Chinese, Japanese, Korean restaurant in the West. But here in Singapore, where I live, or in China when I stay there for a long time, you use it every day, and you never know, maybe it's become useful, right? So, and of course, as a folklore and as a martial artist, anybody who likes chopsticks, good to know. So the first thing is how to hold. So I guess you probably know. So the first one you hold at the bottom between your thumb and your finger, and then you bend your ring finger and the pinky. And then you will put the second one on top. To anybody who knows, okay, just be patient. And then you will put the second one on the top, and you will place it between the thumb and the finger on top, and then you will lay the top of the finger, the pillow of the finger, you will lay on top of it. And it will rest on the first wrist of the first part of your index finger. Right? So then you make sure that the tip are equal. That means they are at the same level. Okay, you can put it a little bit inside if you want. Now what happens is that the lower part will stay and the top part will go and do the catching. Okay, so when you want to catch a small object, let's say this is a toothpick, you have to catch it at the tip. Okay, so you have to catch at the tip, otherwise you will lose it, right? Now if you do like a scissor, it will slip. So if I go like a scissor, it will slip. So you have to make sure when you catch a small object, you want to make sure that you first practice to make sure that the one tip hit the other. Okay, so you see? Because if I do on the side and it slide, probably like that, I won't be able to catch. So I must catch. You can hear the sound. Okay, this is very important. This is number one. Number two, your catching should be like a bird trying to, like a chicken, you know, when they try to pick and they are stabbing their beak and trying to catch the worm. So it's the same. Or like a bird who dives into the water and just grab. Right? So this is another thing that you might want to know when you try to catch things. So you're not just catching because this thing is flying and coming down, right? Or it's flying to you. So you have to, if it comes to you, you move and you catch. If it comes from top to bottom, so you pick it and you grab it, right? So this is two tips that I can show you. So I brought this empty bottle. This is a good example. So I just try to grab it. Now here it's really hard to grab. So maybe I'll try to grab the... Here we go. Start with the little one. You see, right away on the first. Here we go. And I flip it and I catch. I also found out that it's easier to catch inside a little bit. Here, see, almost every time. You catch it. Almost. Yeah. Here we go.
You can hook the head, you can hook the hand, right? And you can, of course, you can stab vital points, the eyes, of course. And this is a very essential fighting tools for warriors. You can practice it. So it's fun to throw things and try to practice them. And slowly you go to smaller things. Then after flying things and stuff, it says that you need to practice about 300,000 times in order to catch flies in the air when they're really angry.
Go to the toothpicks. It's really hard. I try to leave it and catch it. Of course, it's easier when I leave it because I know when I leave it, so the timing is easier. When somebody else leaves it to you, it's going to be much harder. But still hard to catch it. Almost. Yeah, here we go. Okay, great stuff, huh? You see, I caught it. So, yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed and you try it. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to fight with the hashi. So the first thing is, remember that your hand is like a hook. So when you want, you can hook it. So he punch, you hook. And you can hook the neck also, right? You hook. Okay, so you hook. So, okay, so also in TAIFUSHIN we practice some jiu-jitsu. So you can straight to the eyes. You can go to the neck over here, the lymph. Go to the ear, it's very dangerous. To the temple, straight to the eyes. The nose, inside the mouth is hurt. Throat, and of course armpit. And you can also hit in the inner part of the muscles, the groin. So all those areas can be very good for fighting. So if he strike you, you block and you pick. You block and you hit the eye. You come from the other side and you block. Of course I need a partner, I can show you better. I'll show you in the future, but if you are faster with your hands, you can do fast motion. Alright, so yeah, I hope you enjoy it and you try it. Get some chopsticks and yeah, try some Hashijutsu. Stay tuned guys. See you next time.